Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Tom here from FBA Hustlers, and today I've been wanting to make a video about this for a very long time because I remember when I first started my Amazon FBA journey, I would get really inspired and curious to know the story of how someone was able to achieve certain milestones. At first, I was very curious to know someone who's achieving, $1,000 per month. Then after hitting that, it went up to 10,000, then 50,000, then 100,000. So we just, a few days back, we just finally hit $100,000 per month mark in our past 30 days. And just want to give you guys one quick thing before I even go into this video is that revenue doesn't really mean much. What I think means it's more important for a small business like ourselves is profit, because I know some businesses that actually make a lot more than me and they are actually losing money because they're not they're just not losing. They're just, I don't know their business like super well, but they're negative ROI. So that's not what we're looking for. So anyway, these are Amazon businesses as well, but I think profitability is more important, and right now we're operating around 45% net margin. So that just means for $100,000 we make about $45,000 back into our business. And another disclaimer is that doesn't mean I'm making $45,000 per month straight back into my pocket. I am reinvesting a lot of it back into our business in terms of global expansion. We're launching more product lines. So it's not as glamorous as some people might think, and I just want to be 100% honest with you guys and pretty transparent about that. Not gonna go and start leasing a Lamborghini or Ferrari right away. That's not the game plan. The game plan is to reinvest money, build, scale, and then sell into a 19 for a big paycheck, and then roll that money over to real estate or other types of investment, whatever. So anyway, in this video, I just want to give you guys my story of how we went from $0 to $100,000 per month. And hopefully it will inspire some of you guys, it will motivate some of you guys, and if you guys have any questions or anything like that at all, feel free to leave me a comment down in the description below or comment section below, wherever you guys are watching this, whether it's on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. And yeah, so let's get started. So just want to share with you guys how I even first came about finding this whole Amazon FBA thing. So for those of you guys, actually even before that, what is Amazon FBA? Amazon FBA is when you sell your own physical products on Amazon, which is pretty much one of the biggest e-commerce channels in the entire world now. Yeah, so we private label products. We find products that are high in demand, low in competition, and we put our own label on it. I can call it like Tom's iPhone case, for example, and we just sell it on Amazon. So that's Amazon FBA, and Amazon fulfills everything for you, so we don't have to go to the post office or anything like that to drop off our shipments. So it is quite passive from that perspective, in a sense that we really don't need to do much on the business after it's ranked on the first page. Sales just come in and we have to focus on other stuff. So how I came about Amazon FBA was through the previous venture that I did. It's called we were selling the hoverboards, right? So that's kind of our first crack at e-commerce. When the hoverboards came out, I was like, holy crap, this is such an interesting concept, and I definitely want to sell this online because I think it's gonna blow up, which it did. But in terms of execution online, we didn't have any experience, and I learned a few lessons from there. Number one is do not sell a product that is like $700. It's very difficult for people to buy a product online that's $700 unless you have a crazy funnel to get people to to purchase that product. Number two is don't buy a product with a lot of moving parts. With the hoverboards, I literally carried around a screwdriver with me everywhere I went because I had to go meet people to fix their freaking hoverboards and stuff. True story, I shit you not. Had a screwdriver in my house and in my car, and just went out and met clients and try to fix their hoverboard and stuff. So that was pretty funny. Don't sell a product with a lot of moving parts because they can break very easily unless you find a really good manufacturer, which is really hard to find in China, especially when it comes to electronics. It's extremely difficult because a lot of them just say, oh, we can make that, and they just go and make it and it freaking breaks, right? There's not a lot of certifications and stuff like that in China. So and number three is partnership. Just make sure you have a good partner that is putting up at least, it's matching you and you guys are on the same vision, and making sure that they actually have proven results as well in the past, where they have, let's say if we're building an e-commerce business and you want to go into there, like either you or him should have some e-commerce experience, or else why would you go and partner with him? You might as well partner with someone who does have an e-commerce experience. That will help you to drive up your growth a lot faster through his experience or her experience. So how we discovered Amazon FBA was actually through these hoverboards, because we're selling them online on our website and we weren't making any sales at all, like zero, right? Flat out zero. And a friend of a friend approached me. I was like, hey, I sell products on Amazon and I would like to sell you a hoverboard in exchange for a commission. What do you think about that? I was like, yeah, that's a great deal. Like, I would give you, a third of our profit, and you can just list everything on Amazon. And the second that he listed on everything on Amazon, we started selling right away. I was like, okay, what's going on here? Like, he didn't do anything. He listed the product on Amazon. He did a couple of random URL changes. Like now I know it's a super URL. Like, what's going on here, right? And so it turns out that people go on Amazon to buy products. Shocker. But at the time, this was back in 2015. I live in Canada, I live in Vancouver, and Amazon is definitely not as big of a thing as it is in the States. The last time I read was like 60% of the US population have an Amazon Prime account or something like that. That's insane, right? In Canada, honestly, I don't think we've even reached anywhere near the peak yet. We're still at the very infant stages, in my opinion. Yeah, hopefully we can grow more into, or Amazon can, come in and do more stuff in Canada. That would be cool. Sucks for local businesses, but it is what it is. So that's how we discovered Amazon FBA. So we started looking into it, and at that time I was like, hey, no more hoverboard. This thing is crazy. Like, I'm tired of carrying a screwdriver and fixing people's stuff. And we sold out our inventory and learned our lessons, and then we just dove into Amazon FBA game. We started looking up, products to sell, I think in August, maybe like summer of 2015. Okay, sorry, it was midsummer of 2016. And so I took all the lessons and the failures that mistakes that I learned from the hoverboard business, and we applied it right away into the Amazon business. And we were looking for products that is smaller, that is reusable, that people will come back and order more from us. So we decided to pick vitamin C serum, which is actually one of the most competitive products on Amazon. It's notoriously to be very competitive and it's difficult to sell. So we picked the wrong product, but in a sense, I do see that as it's a blessing in disguise, because without that experience, without really having to compete with the big guys, we wouldn't have learned a whole lot about Amazon. Like, I know a bunch of people who launched the fidget spinners, and they didn't know anything about Amazon. They listed the fidget spinners and boom, they were making like $40,000 a week, right? But then, did you really learn much from that experience? Like, yes, I'm sure you did, but through our experience, I think the only time we really learned some stuff that it's like, a lot of times when we learn something is when we make a mistake, when we go through a failure. So I'm glad now, hindsight 2020, I'm really glad that we actually picked the wrong product, because without picking that vitamin C serum, we wouldn't have learned nearly as much as we did, because we put it on Amazon and it didn't sell. So I was like, we need to figure out what's going on here, right? If it starts selling, I would have been very comfortable. I would have been like, okay, it's selling, like, let's launch the next product. And for our product, it didn't sell. So learn a lot, reach out to people, and just learn as much as I can through Facebook groups and YouTube videos and stuff like that. So so the vitamin C serum, we're still selling that product today because it's still generating some good money for us. So that's one of our products right now. And so going a little bit forward, we decided to launch a second product. The second product was a complete failure because it was such a fad. It was like pretty much the fidget spinners of beauty products, you can say. So, the danger with launching a fad, like a trendy product, is that if you use Google Trends to look up a particular keyword, it will show you the trends for the past, going back the lifetime of that keyword. And if you launch a product that is a trend, that means it's going to go up, a fad. And if you launch the product at the very top, and if you catch that product, you know, when it's at the top and the market start dying down, then you're stuck with a bunch of inventory, which is exactly what we experienced. So the lesson learned there is don't launch a product that is a fad. Don't launch a product just because everybody's in the market, because the second that everybody starts selling these products and that are becoming hot, it's probably too late for you already. So it's almost like stocks, right? You don't want to be investing in a stock that went up like 400, 500% in the past week. You want to find the sleepers, the ones that didn't go up, that has the potential. So then we launched a third product, and that was a home run. That is our hero product. And I think the lesson learned there was not to give up, because if we had given up our first product, which is vitamin C serum, our second product, we wouldn't have gone to we wouldn't be where we are today, right? We wouldn't hit that $100,000 per month mark. So just don't give up. It's easy to give up, and it's difficult to maintain that I guess faith. But it's possible. Like I'm a walking testimonial saying that this is possible. And I didn't have any like e-commerce experience in the past. I'm not even good with computers, to be honest with you guys. Like I hate doing like e-commerce stuff. I hate doing like PPC and building websites. I absolutely hate that, right? So like when my friends go, oh, like you're lucky that you found something that you're good at. Like I am not good at this. But what I did was I just put in the work day in, day out, and I got better, right? So I still don't think I'm that good at anything. And I think that's a very important lesson here, is the second that you feel like you know everything, and the second you feel like you don't want to learn anything from anybody else, that's a very, very, very dangerous spot for you to be in. I'm always learning. I always want to learn more from others. Always curious about other people's stories, sharing my personal experiences with you guys and whatnot. So yeah, so that's pretty much the overview of how we got to 100,000. But some of the other important lessons I've learned along the way is, launch a product. Your product is really going to make or break your business. Make sure when you launch a product, you understand how to figure out if this is a profitable product to sell with low competition. Unless that you have a lot of money, let's say you have like 20 grand to throw at a product, you order 5,000 units, you have a way to get reviews. Other than if that's the case, then you can compete in some tough niches. If you only have a few $1,000s and you want to get into this game, do not launch a vitamin C serum, for example. I can tell you guys this right now, that your product is literally going to make or break your business. So make sure you spend the time, the patience to actually find a good product to sell. And what we like to do is we like to build a brand. So right now, we have a brand now where people come on, and there's a bunch of repeat buyers where they go on our website, and all of our products right now focus on one specific problem. So it's for one specific audience. It's not just like launching random products for everyone, because that's not really a brand. When you think of Nike, sporting goods. When you think of like Canon, that's cameras. When you think of anything, there's one specific target market that they're going after. So that's kind of the strategy that we're developing as well right now, is we're going after a specific audience. So another lesson that I learned is make sure that you're investing your money into your listing. A lot of people still think that it's possible to get something from China and put it in a white box and list it on Amazon and throw minimum effort into their listing optimization. I'm glad that those people still exist, because if everybody is really, really well optimizing their listing and have the best images, then it's very hard to compete. So a message that I would like to preach to those people is, don't be cheap when it comes to your listing. That's the best way I can say it. Don't try to save a few dollars in your listing just so that you hope that you can do well on Amazon, because that's actually the more expensive part, is the fact that you're not investing in your listing. That can get very expensive, because you can actually fail from Amazon. Your products won't sell on Amazon. That's expensive. What's not expensive, actually, spending the time to get 3D rendering done for your images, getting nice branding done for your images, getting professional copywriting done for your images, for your listing, stuff like that. That's a great investment. So that's a big advice that I'll give to you guys. And yeah, so that's going back. I think we had a very hard time trying to pick the right graphic designers and stuff like that, but now I have a solid team. So anytime that I do need to get a copy done, I have, you know, guys that can do that for me, which makes my life a lot easier. So another lesson that I learned along the way, and this, I mean, not along the way because I've learned this lesson in the past, I'm a huge believer in this, is the fact that you should have mentors. You should have mentors in your business, you should have mentors in your life, you should have mentors in everything that you do. Because the easiest way to learn something is literally learning it from someone who's been there and done that. It's not, you know, this guy that says, hey, like, let's say if you want to build an airplane, like, you're not just going to go to a garage and go buy parts and figure out how you want to build an airplane yourself, because that airplane is going to crash very, very badly and very fast. Wouldn't it be a lot easier if you can find someone who's actually built an airplane before, ask them like, hey, what kind of parts do I need to get? How should I build this? Because they know what works, what doesn't work. Now, of course, you can figure this out yourself. You can, you know, spend 20 years to figure out how to build an airplane through experiment, but it might only take you a year or 2 years or whatever the number might be to actually learn from someone to how to build that airplane. Also, I guess a lot of people are asking, you know, what's a launch strategy that you use to get yourself on the first page of Amazon? So we've used quite a bit of different launch strategies. Number one is always, it's the work that starts before launching. You know, get an optimized listing, invest in your listing, make sure that's good to go on that end first, and then launch, right? Because that will make everything a lot easier. When you launch, we've used viral launch before, we used PPC, we've used you know, just very low pricing to get that momentum, and then jack up our pricing. We use Facebook ads, we use ManyChat, we've used a bunch of different launch services, and there's pros and cons to every single one of them, right? So I've done a lot of different videos on launch services in the past, so if you guys are interested, feel free to check that out. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So wanted to share with you guys this, you know, my story of how we went from $0 to $100,000 per month mark, and it really happened really fast. It's slow and fast at the same time. Slow because it's been, you know, over a year, and it's fast because time goes by. And I just remember it was like yesterday when we launched our Amazon FBA business. It really does seem that way. So I know that, you know, things are going to move along fast, and things are going to move along faster because we're launching more and more products, but things can also go away a lot very fast as well. So we're prepared. We are going to do everything in our ability to grow this business. My plan next year is to sell for 7 figures in 2019. So yeah, I just want to go through the entire process once and share my journey with you guys. And yeah, I hope you guys can learn a lot from this. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to let me know. Again, ask me in the comment description down below, or you guys can find me on YouTube, FBA Hustlers. My Instagram is tom.com, TOMDOTCOM. And yeah, if you guys have any questions or whatever, let me know. And if you're watching this on YouTube or Facebook, smash that like button for me. Just a way for, you know, you guys to show me that you guys like this content, and maybe I can, you know, make more about this holy crap, can't even speak right now. I make more videos down the road for you guys. And yeah, that's pretty much it.